Final. Bellarmine is located about 90 minutes from here in Louisville, Kentucky, and this is a home game for Bellarmine. There are a lot of fans that are here to cheer on the Knights. Florida Southern controls the opening tip, ranked #1 in the country. And Tyler Kelly puts them on the board.
And this is definitely a road game for Florida Southern. They are going to play fast and furious. That was a quick shot that Tyler Logan made.
Suggs for three. Off the side of the rim. Troutman, their offensive board. Put back no. And tipped over to Kelly. Now Battle. Not there. Back out Logan. And a long rebound out to the Moccasins. Back inside Kelly. And a foul is called on Bellarmine.
Tyler Kelly's a senior, getting very aggressive right at the start of the game, makes a jump shot, then makes a good drive here to get to the foul line for two.
Kelly, second team all-conference. Florida Southern plays out of the Sunshine State Conference. And Kelly fourth on the team in points, second in rebounds. 73% free throw shooter. He misses the first. Florida Southern defeated Southern New Hampshire in the Elite Eight last night, 81-70. And Kelly comes up empty at the line, nearly gets his own rebound. Now they go to the floor, and the possession arrow favors the Knights of Bellarmine.
But we're going to see a lot of pressure in this game from Florida Southern. They average over 9 steals a game, which is in the top 10 of Division II. They love to turn you over. They love to get out in transition. Here's the full court pressure.
Whitehead to inbound.
Bellarmine's passing ability, which is amongst the best in the country, going to be tested tonight.
They average 17 assists per game. Thielen to a cutting Troutman off glass and good. And Bellarmine is on the board.
What a great cut there. Florida Southern did not jump to the ball in that situation. When the ball is passed, you got to get between the ball and your man. They didn't do it.
Capers fadeaway jumper off the mark, and Bellarmine corrals the rebound. Whitehead brings it up the floor. The transfer from Fordham. Thielen guarded by Johnson. And a steal by Capers. Comes the other way. Capers lays it in. Average is better than 2 steals per night. That leads the team. Whitehead back out to Suggs, rolls it in to Dirksen. 10 on the shot clock for the Knights.
They use both sides of court as good as you'll see anywhere.
Dirksen spinning and can't get that one to drop. Thielen the putback, no. Suggs fighting for it. And a foul is called on the glass. And that's going to go against Florida Southern. It'll be 2 shots for George Suggs.
Well, you take a look at Tyler Kelly here. He doesn't jump to the ball. We're going to get a freeze right there. Kelly should have been in front here and jumped to the ball. He doesn't do it, and that's why they end up getting a very easy shot there for Troutman.
Suggs, 78% at the line. Misses the first, the junior from St. Louis. Suggs, a dangerous threat from the outside. 47% from beyond the arc. That's tops in the Great Lakes Valley Conference, where Bellarmine finished tied for first during the regular season. The Knights 31-3 on the year. Battle knocks down the long 2. Stephon Battle's second team all-conference, and now more pressure from the Mocs.
If the Mocs have a shot clock violation, I'll be shocked.
Don't expect that when you average 88 points per game. Whitehead down low. Draws the double. Now goes up with it and lays it in. Chris Whitehead.
Well, instead of staying between him and the basket, for some reason they went outside of him, and he was able to go inside to the rim.
Johnson for 2. And the rebound to Whitehead. He wants to push it up ahead. And now realizes he doesn't have numbers, slows it up.
Yeah, this team can score. They push it up themselves. They want to play fast.
Scott Davenport told us yesterday, he loves the way that Whitehead speeds up and then slows down. He knows just exactly, as Whitehead is fouled, when to turn it on and when to pull it back a little bit. He need that to have a point guard.
That's what the good point guards do. He's a transfer from Fordham, so he did have a Division I scholarship. Another one of those kids that came back and was able to play right away.
Foul's called on Tyler Logan as you take a closer look at Chris Whitehead, first team all-conference in the Great Lakes Valley. At 18 points in last night's quarterfinal victory over Minnesota State Moorhead. And Bellarmine scored 92 in the win. The Knights fans loving this.
The only guy you'll see on Florida Southern that does not shoot threes is Bubby Johnson, number 4. Everybody else who plays for them can put it up.
Dominique Williams is checked in over to Capers. Capers swings it to Dylan Travis. He drives in. Back out to Williams. Wide open, and he connects from deep. Dominique Williams.
That guy was pretty good, too.
Looked like Dominique Wilkins on that shot. First three of the night for either team. And Florida Southern leads by 2, just 4 minutes in. Thielen tied up, and we have a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Florida Southern. It'll be Moccasins basketball when we come back. Dominique Williams from the outside.
I believe a U.S. Open winner and an almost U.S. Open winner.
Yes, Rocco almost beat Tiger in 2008 in Torrey Pines, which amazingly is Tiger Woods' last major victory. 9-7 in favor of the Mocs. Capers misfires, was looking for a foul. Here comes Whitehead the other way. In transition, Whitehead tipped it up, gets it back, tipped it out of bounds to the Mocs.
Well, these two teams had a complete war the first time around. That Florida Southern won 101 to 96. Kevin Capers went crazy in that game, but they forced a ton of turnovers on Bellarmine in that game.
Capers had 25 in that win back on December 13th at Bellarmine. Williams with another 3. Starting to look like Wilkins. 2 threes for Williams, who's 42% on the season.
No, they're an incredible three-point shooting team. When you consider the number, they've taken almost 40% of their shots at threes, and they shoot them at a 37% clip. That is really good. Make 9 a game.
Inside for 2, it's Josh Sewell. Senior from Louisville, transfer from Miami of Ohio. Played 3 years of Division I. On the other end, Bolovic can't get the 3 to drop.
Bolovic made a couple of big shots in the second half yesterday.
He had 13 points. That one is stripped away and out of bounds. Go to the Mocs. It's Bellarmine basketball. As we take a closer look at the Knights, 2011 national champions, famous alumnus John McLeod.
Coached against John McLeod when he was at Notre Dame when I was at Villanova.
And earlier tonight, Notre Dame on to the Elite 8 in the Division I men's basketball tournament.
Both these coaches with big-time ties. Link Darter played for Gene Katie at Purdue. Scott Davenport was Rick Pitino's assistant. So these guys have big-time ties. Link played with the big dog and Fonzo Martin, the coach of Cal.
2-time captain under Gene Katie. First time Gene Katie had ever had a captain for 2 years be the same player.
You knew he was going to be a coach.
10 on the shot clock for Bellarmine. Maynard from deep. Air ball. Corbin Maynard, who shot 14 out of 24 from deep this year, but comes up empty on that one with 14:02 to go in the first.
I love when a kid says my fault when he just shot an air ball and it went out of bounds. Like, yes, it was your fault. But you didn't have to tell anybody, but it was.
3 of 9. The Knights have started from the floor. Capers can't get that one. And it's saved by Johnson out of bounds to the Mocs. Darner, the Sunshine State Conference Coach of the Year for the 3rd straight season and 6th time overall. Done a tremendous job with the Moccasins, ranked #1 in all of Division II.
I had a kid go there that I coached in high school back in 1981 named Benji Bowman, played on their national championship team in 1981.
Their only national championship team. That goes out of bounds to the Mocs. Scott Davenport pleading his case. Our officials tonight, John Yorkovich, Bill DiPrano, and Quinton Murphy.
That suit looks familiar.
Yes, it is. Scott Davenport wore the same suit last night against Minnesota State Moorhead. Rick Pitino bought him the suit as Williams knocks down another triple. And Davenport said he's going to keep wearing it until they lose. So, same suit as last night. He's hoping to wear it again on Saturday. Dominique Williams averages 9 points per game. He has 9 points in less than 7 minutes tonight.
Florida Southern, very interesting, their half-court defense. They pressure full court, but they're packing it in here in the half-court.
The lackadaisical pass from Dirksen, and that cost the Knights. They will still get the ball in the possession arrow, but didn't need to waste it there after that pass.
That was a good job.
It was Kelly closing quickly. Down on the shot clock. Michael Parrish is checked in for the Knights. He's got the ball here with 3 on the shot clock. I don't think they're aware of it.
No, they definitely are.
Oh, wow. Didn't get that shot on. But they say he did.
Wow.
In any event, it is Florida Southern basketball. Lynx Darner could not believe they did not call a shot clock violation. Williams again! Wow. Number 12 has 12. He's outscoring Bellarmine by himself. Timeout, Knights.
Boy, Dominique Williams. But this Bellarmine team is also very explosive on the offensive end. They just haven't gotten to any flow in the half court yet, but you got to give Florida Southern credit for that.
And a turnover by the Knights out of the timeout. You know that Scott Davenport doesn't like that. Williams again. Oh my!
Under the basket there was a foul.
They're counting the 3 though. Count the 3 and a foul under the basket. Dominique Williams is now 5 of 5 from deep.
Now how can he be that open? I mean, he was so open that Whitehead had to close out really hard on him. He got shot faked, which was smart by Dominique Williams, and he ends up 3. That was a mistake. Bellarmine, normally a very solid defensive team, right now giving up way too many shots to a guy who's on fire.
Florida Southern as a team has just set a new school record for most 3-pointers in a season with 341, and the foul was against Bellarmine underneath, so the Mocs get the ball back, and Tyler Kelly hits from the outside.
This team is on ridiculous fire, by the way.
6 3-pointers for Florida Southern, and we're just over 8 minutes in. And a turnover by the Knights. They are all out of sorts, and the Moccasins can't miss. Thanks to Dominique
Williams. Not Wilkins. That's a whole game.
It is. He's outscoring Bellarmine right now, 15-9. And we have a whistle inside, and that's going against the Knights. That foul's going to be charged to Rusty Troutman, sophomore from Mount Washington, Kentucky.
You know what? That'll drive you nuts as a coach. The other team's on complete fire, and they call a little ticky-tack inside like that. You want to, I mean, honestly, you really don't like it.
Kelly back out to Logan. steps up for two and knocks it down, and Florida Southern can't miss.
Here's what happens when you make every shot. Every shot fake, the other team is flying all over the place. That time, Dirks just flew by his man, and he was able to make an easy shot. Right now, they've got to settle down and get themselves back and understand that if they play solid, they will get back into this game.
The Mocs are shooting 75% from the floor. Whitehead, down low, and off glass and good for Thielen. Very important player for the Knights, the Great Lakes Valley Conference Player of the Year. Not again. No, Williams finally misses. Battles for the offensive board. Driving in is Travis. Back out three. Logan is good. This is unreal.
Wait a minute. I didn't get a chance to say, but how could Dominique Williams be that open? I mean, he missed that shot, but he was wide open. And you know, the next thing is Florida Southern's going to start driving it because they're going to be all out on the perimeter on him, Bellarmine, and they're going to be driving it like crazy.
Dirksen turns it over. Mocs in transition. They are so dangerous in transition. Travis inside. Slotted by Suggs. As we check in with Evan Washburn.
Well, guys, Scott Davenport's message in the last timeout. 3 key areas. Lack of assists, just 2 for Bellarmine. 4 steals for Florida Southern. And the key offensive rebounds. He said, guys, we have to win the next 3 segments, pointing to halftime. We want to cut this to 5 or 6. Obviously, out of that timeout, Florida Southern still on fire.
Kelly finally misses, but good points from Coach Davenport.
Well, no doubt about it, but Bellarmine, they got 7 turnovers in this game to none for Florida Southern.
Whitehead wide open, knocks it down.
That was not very good defense by Tyler Kelly that time. He went under a screen when his man was 15 feet from the basket.
Battle puts one up. Tough shot there. Tracked down in the corner by Maynard. One thing to keep in mind, even though they're down big, is a foul is called on Capers. They have the crowd here, so if you're looking at ways to fuel a comeback, just look in the stands. There's a lot of Knights fans here.
Well, you know what happens, Andrew. You're down 16. If you cut it to 9, the place is going to go crazy. But the Florida Southern has to look at it like we're still 9. But it's hard to do when the momentum changes and the crowd's on their side.
In Florida Southern's favor, as Whitehead shoots again and gets the roll. Florida Southern played in a lot of tough road environments this year, including Bellarmine. So they have been tested in this situation before, but here they come with Bellarmine fans on their feet. And a steal. Maynard got a hand on there, and a foul is called.
Wow.
On Corbin Maynard. Wow.
I mean, it was hard to see from where we are. Yeah, it looks like he got it. Oh, yeah. That was a lot of arm. Lob.
And the finish by Battle off the feed from Capers. Capers leads the team, averaging 4 assists per game. It's 31-15 in favor of the Moccasins. Whitehead sets up the offense with 10 on the shot clock. Corner to Sewell for 3. Way off the mark. The putback is good. Capers' baseline jumper is fouled. Sewell called for the foul with 8:08 to go.
But let's take a look at this out-of-bounds play here for the lob. You're going to see Tyler Kelly taking it out, and watch what happens. They get a duck. It stopped right there. A duck in there and a back screen, and here comes a lob. No pressure on the ball. Way too easy there. You got to pressure that pass so the man can't throw it that easy.
Here's a familiar place for Kevin Capers, the free throw line. He has the most free throws attempted and the most free throws made of any active NCAA player in any level. Division 1, 2, 3. He is now 745 for 996 in his career. He's almost been to the free throw line 1,000 times in his career.
You know what kind of guys get fouled? Guys that are hard to guard. And that's why they get fouled.
Senior from Winter Haven, Florida. And now the officials step in to calm down the chatting going out on the floor.
Why is all this talking still going on? It's very simple. Just tee them both, and it's over.
Full court pressure from the Mocs. They lead it 33-17. Michael Parrish brings the ball up the floor. Calling for a screen. Now Whitehead with inside 8 minutes to play in the first half. Whitehead wide open. Now he'll take it and make it.
A lot of times when you hesitate like that and then you shoot it, you miss. That was a good job by Whitehead to make that.
Whitehead has 10 of Bellarmine's 19 points. Johnson turnaround inside, doesn't get the roll, and the rebound to Thielen. Whitehead, the dish to Thielen for 2. Great feed from the senior Whitehead.
Thielen scores all his points really like that because he's only taken a couple threes the whole season. So you would think he could shoot threes being the high scorer that he is, but he doesn't. He's very opportunistic the way he scores.
6 points already for Thielen. That 3 is short by Kelly, but tipped out to Volovic.
A little better bounce in the step of Bellarmine now.
They've cut it down to 12. Capers. Now Volovic, deep 3 is short, and the rebound to Thielen. Whitehead turns it over, tried to force one inside. Now Capers other end. Here comes Capers for the flush.
If there's a pass that I hate, it's the one-handed pass. Absolutely a bad play by Whitehead. You have no choice. When you throw a one-handed pass, it's got to go. If you throw it with 2 hands, you might be able to pull it back at the last second. Not with 1 hand, you can't.
6 points for Capers. Tipped up in the air, and a turnover. And now a foul is called against Parrish. And Capers and Florida Southern roll over to the bench. Kevin Capers coming to life for the Mocs. So far here tonight, shooting 48% from the floor and 53% from deep. They've already hit 7 threes.
And half their shots just about had been from the three-point line. 13 of their 27 attempts.
Bolovic, free throw line floater, gets the bounce. A homecoming this week for Michael Bolovic, who grew up in Carmel, Indiana. Transfer from Butler. Thielen drives, fouled on the drive before the shot. And that's going to go against Dylan Travis.
Personal foul on the side of the floor. Johnson is for personal. The team's fourth substitution.
4 team fouls against the Mocs. 6 for Bellarmine.
The guy who hasn't gotten involved in this game at all yet is Dirks, who was terrific last night.
He's got the ball here, does the double, gets rid of it. Maynard bounces to Thielen, couldn't finish down low. Kind of got caught in a bad spot on the blocks. Capers for 3, that's off the mark. Air ball, and the fans let him know about it. Largest lead for Florida Southern was 18. The lead now is 16 as we approach 5 minutes to go in the first half.
Troutman hasn't found much space in this game either.
Inside 10 on the shot clock. Whitehead draws a bump and a foul. That's the 5th against the Mocs. That's on Bolovic.
The team's fifth, a Florida Southern substitution. Number 30, Stephen Battle.
Three on the way is no good. And the whistle underneath is going against the Mocs. It's going to go on Dominique Williams after Troutman misfired from deep.
Thielen's a really tough kid. He knows how to get good position underneath. Not the greatest jumper in the world off 2 feet, but knows where to go to get good position.
Thielen and Whitehead have combined for 16 of Bellarmine's 21 points. Whitehead, offensive foul.
That's pretty good defense by Bolovic right there.
Bolovic drew the charge, and the ball going back to the Mocs. That's the second on Chris Whitehead. So 2 fouls on Whitehead, the senior out of New Albany, Indiana. Capers. Baseline pass, skips it to Travis. Now Battle drives inside. Missed the shot, and the rebound comes nicely into the hands of Corbin Maynard. Other way, Troutman missed the lay-in. The putback tipped out to Dirksen. Dirksen for 3. Good! First bucket of the night for Josh Dirksen. He averages 11 points per game.
Yeah, they need to get him going.
Bolovic inside. Tough shot won't go. Thielen clears. Over to Whitehead. Numbers for Bellarmine. 3 on 2. Whitehead back out to Dirksen. That time it won't go. Maynard skies in, but Bolovic comes away with it. Here we go. Up and down. Travis. Off glass. No call. Florida Southern bench desperate for a call there. Frantic pace over the last minute. Thielen back out. Maynard for 3. Book it. Timeout, Florida Southern. The lead is down to 10. And here come the Bellarmine fans. Digits before halftime. He's coming close, down by 10.
If you get into single digits, after being down what they were down, you're feeling pretty good going into halftime.
Florida Southern scoreless in close to 3 minutes. Williams inside with the left hand, no, and Thielen rips it away. Over to Parrish, racing up the floor. Troutman for three. And the rebound to Travis. Look at this. End to end we go. Behind the back, he dribbled it right to Maynard. 2 on none. Troutman and Thielen. And Troutman lays it in. It's down to single digits.
What was he doing? How bad a play was that?
Behind the back in transition usually doesn't end well. Williams, not this time.
Not with two guys running at you, it's not.
Scoring drought for Florida Southern, close to 3.5. Another behind the back pass and another turnover. Two minutes to go in the first half. Travis, deep three, rolls around and out. And we have a whistle inside and a foul.
I'm going to say that in transition
to double these guys, because that's just going to open up chances in the paint and on the perimeter.
Evan, you talk about the paint. That's where Bellarmine's outscoring Florida Southern 14-6. And on the glass, the Knights are out rebounding the Mocs 24-12.
You know, this team right now, they got into that flow of hitting threes early, and they kept going and going and going. Now they're 0 for their last 7, 2 for their last 12. And all of a sudden, this Bellarmine team, that's a good team, right back in it.
Thielen has 8 points and 11 rebounds already. Battle tripped, lost it, and he took too many steps to travel.
Yeah, Thielen's been terrific. He averages 10.5 rebounds a game.
To the Florida Southern bench. And Battle is going into the Florida Southern locker room. Evan Washburn is following him in there, so we'll hope to have an update from Evan on that. With 1:35 to go in the first half. Troutman's pass deflected. Thielen cleans it up inside.
I've watched Thielen now for 2 days, and he just always finds himself in the right spot to get the ball around the basket. Just a really smart play in terms of knowing where to go.
He has a double-double in the first half. 10 points, 11 rebounds, his 18th double-double of the year.
And nothing fancy.
Big shot there for Florida Southern, and guess who? Williams, who now has 17. That stops a 12-0 run for the Knights. Inside a minute to go.
You got to watch Thielen working in the low post.
Maynard corner three. It's good. It's a one-possession game with 30 seconds to go. And a foul is called in the drive by Kelly. I don't know, when you're the Mocs and you average 88 points per game, you hold for the final shot of the half. The first half. Now Kelly, who's a 73% free throw shooter. Knocks in the front end, the 1-and-1. Troutman the rebound. Shot clock turned off, and Bellarmine will hold for the final shot. Knights trailed by as many as 18. They've got the ball down by 4 with 15 seconds left.
No matter what happens here, if it's 4, you know where the momentum is in this half.
Dirksen turnaround is short, and that is how the first half comes to an end. An incredible start for Link Darner and Florida Southern, but Bellarmine controls the final 10 minutes of the half, and they only Florida Southern basketball to start this second half. Capers jumper, and that's a good way to start for the Moccasins.
I mean, for a guy who averages over 21 points a game, a quiet first half.
6 in the first half, now 8 for the game, and a 6-point lead. Whitehead and Thielen combined for 20 of Bellarmine's 36 points in the first half. Dirksen, good defense by Capers. Whitehead gets it back over to Troutman. His 15-footer is good.
And Coach Davenport is 100% right. The transition defense was so much better. Pretty good move there. Much better in the end of the first half, not allowing Florida Southern to get easy ones. That time, though, an easy score by Stephen Battle. I guess that leg might be all right.
Yep, and it came back in after leaving in the first half and knocks that one off the glass. Here's Dirksen going at Capers with the left hand. That could have been basket interference.
I think it was.
Link Darner pleading his case on the Moccasin sideline to no avail.
I think that ball was on the rim.
Battles three won't go, and Thielen clears. Whitehead pushes it up. Down low to Suggs. We've got a 2-point game.
That time Florida Southern falling asleep in transition.
Battle baseline, and a foul is called against George Suggs.
Well, let's take a look and see if this is basket interference here. Oh, it's
gotta be.
That's 3/4 of the ball was in the basket. That's an easy one. It should have been an easy one.
Dirksen and the Knights get away with one there. Capers three, and he's fouled on the shot. Suggs commits the foul, and now Capers will shoot three.
I'm almost getting to the point where you should be allowed to review goaltending. You certainly should be allowed to review in the last 2 minutes. To me, there's no question about that. Now, whether you should do it in the rest of the game, I don't know, but definitely the last 2 minutes.
Capers back at the line, and misses the first.
79% free throw shooter.
The Sunshine State Conference of the Player of the Year for the second straight year, and he's 0 of 2 now at the line. One of 3, and the lead is 3 for Florida Southern and Link Darner.
And here comes the full court pressure, which at times was very effective in the first half, and then at times it wasn't. If somebody's got to come and help. Whitehead's all by himself. Somebody come to the ball.
And a turnover. Thielen couldn't corral it. Capers the other way. Capers off glass, no. And tipped out to Whitehead. Dangerous pass. Dirksen gets it in the corner. Drives and throws it down.
Wow.
The Aussie with the jam. Battle trying to answer, it can't. And the rebound stolen away and laid in by Bubby Johnson. Dirksen's got to be a little bit stronger down low. He had that ball in his hands, ripped it away.
He was strong down the other end.
That's very true. 3-point game, 3 minutes in second half. Dirksen, turnaround left hand, no. And here comes Kelly. Logan feeds Johnson. Nowhere to go, but back out to Kelly. Capers attacks, lost it, stripped away. It'll stay with the Mocs. And 19 on the shot clock. How about the dunk by Dirksen?
Well, you're going to see a bad closeout there, and then he just slams it. Closeout by Bubby Johnson left much to be desired.
And a bump before the shot. That's going against Suggs, who's now picked up his 4th foul. He had 1 foul in the first half and 3 in just over 3 minutes here in the second half.
Well, I'm glad I'm not nuts that Joe Lombardi at least substantiated the fact I thought they should take him out, and he didn't know that they had 3. I think Suggs should have been out also 3 fouls early in the second half.
Kelly's deep 3 is off the mark. They fight for the rebound, and Thielen with another board. Thielen has 14 rebounds. Dirksen 3. Mox capers up ahead, the flush.
He's athletic and he runs the floor. That was a great lead pass.
The senior into double figures with 11 points.
You know, one of the things that this kind of pressure does is it's meant to wear you out also. It'll be interesting to see if Bellarmine is going to be able to handle this for 40 minutes.
Dirksen before the shot. That shot will not count. He's fouled. And he will get the ball when we get back. 15:36 to go. Capers is the director of video operations for Rick Pitino at Louisville. And they play NC State tomorrow. Whitehead flips it up. No good. Bolovic into the game for the Mocs. They lead by 5. Led by as many as 18 in the first half. Capers for 3. Short. Air ball. And here come the fans again.
He really has not been right all night. I mean, let's face it. He got a couple of fast break dunks. Just not really getting a lot done in the half court.
4 of 9 from the floor. 0 of 2 from deep for Kevin Capers. On the shot clock for the Knights. Troutman feeds Whitehead, guarded by Bolovic. Whitehead spins back out. Troutman from deep. It's good.
Well, they doubled Whitehead in the low post because Bolovic was on him. He needed some help, and they left Troutman alone, the best three-point shooter.
Offensive foul is called against Dominique Williams.
Truth is, Andrew, Bellarmine has not turned it over a lot in the last 10 minutes of this game. They had a lot of turnovers early, not many late.
A lot of minutes for Chris Whitehead tonight, and he's been a big reason why those turnovers have been down. Thielen nowhere to go, draws the double. Seven on the shot clock. Whitehead inside, and he's fouled. That foul's going to go against Capers, and it'll be 2 shots for Chris Whitehead.
They actually were looking to get him the ball.
Issue the foul to Williams, so they went back and changed it. So now we're set to go with Whitehead getting 2 shots. Connect with D2 Athletics on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Join the conversation as national champions are crowned in 25 D2 sports. Whitehead has 11 points and 5 assists. He can tie the game with this free throw. And just like that, an 18-point lead has been erased.
Been a long climb back.
Williams, step back jumper is good. Dominique Williams with 19.
Tough shot there to make a step back with a little contact.
Career high is 23, so he's 4 points away from tying that. And a turnover by Bellarmine. That's their 13th.
Thielen slipped.
They just could not get to that one, and the ball goes back to the Moccasins.
And that's a poor angle to deliver the ball into the post. You got to take a couple of dribbles to the baseline, then deliver the ball.
Travis corner to Battle. Battle. Hook shot is good. Stephon Battle. 8 points. He had 8 last night against Southern New Hampshire. Sewell feeds Thielen in the foul.
The kid scores more baskets like this, just being in the right place, catching and finishing. Good pass by Sewell here. 23, and then nobody rotates inside of Thielen. He ends up with a layup. Just knows where to go.
That's the third foul on Dominique Williams. So now Williams and Capers with 3 apiece, and Thielen trying to make it a 3-point play. Whitehead nearly a steal, but out of bounds to the Moccasins. Bolovic is fouled. A push off there by Maynard. And Bolovic now holding onto his right wrist. Tyler Logan back in. He's got the ball. Logan, crazy shot off the glass. Easy rebound for Thielen.
That was one of those ones you come off the bench and you just said, I'm going to shoot one. Because there was no rhyme or reason to that shot.
15 rebounds for Jake Thielen. His career high is 18. Whitehead takes a bump, and he's going to shoot 2.
See, Whitehead's not a very good three-point shooter, so they've been going under that screen the whole game. Why they fought over the top of that one, I couldn't tell you. Tyler Kelly didn't make a good play. Got to go behind that screen. You're playing a guy who doesn't shoot threes very well.
Whitehead from New Albany, Indiana, was recruited by Scott Davenport in high school, but Whitehead's dream was to go to a Division I school. So he went the junior college route for 2 years, one at Weatherford College, one at Danville Community College, and then he transferred to Fordham, where he spent last season, but didn't play much and wanted to get some minutes in his senior season, so he reunited with Scott Davenport, who, as I said, recruited him in high school, and now 2 wins away from a national championship. Battle lays it in. Battle in double figures with 10. Lob. Dirksen turns it over with the pass and now numbers the other way. Logan to Travis for 2.
This team knows how to fast break. They know who to give it to. Everybody running their lanes. The ball in the middle. That was classic 3-on-2.
Bellarmine has tied it a couple of times, but they have not gotten over the hump. And now down by 4. Whitehead scoops and scores.
You know, Florida Southern's afraid to help because they're good three-point shooters in the corners, but somebody's got to stop. They can't let them just go to the basket that easy.
Kelly baseline. Out to a wide open Travis, who knocks down the triple. Florida Southern's 8th three-pointer of the night. And that goes out of bounds. It will be Bellarmine basketball when we come back. The Moccasins have had it going from deep all night long. The latest from Dylan Travis.
And for the first half, but they keep trying to get over that hump. They've tied it. They can't get the lead. A lot of times, that's a hump you cannot overcome.
Let's go over to Evan Washburn.
Coach Davenport feels like his team has got the advantage right now in terms of energy. He said, look, they're tired. Just keep playing. Thinks Whitehead has the advantage in his ability to isolate.
And the foul! Well, Evan, there's your Whitehead isolation, and now a possible three-point play.
He's really taken over this game. One thing I will tell you about Florida Southern, they're a very good defensive team in the full court. They force turnovers, but in the half court, I've seen them give up way too many things around the basket in this game.
Whitehead was 6 of 6 at the line tonight, but he misses that free throw. It's a 1-point lead for Florida Southern. And an offensive foul is called against Bubby Johnson.
I mean, where was Bubby Johnson going there? He's got to know he's got nothing. He was bottled up. The two defenders had their feet together, and he just was going to force his way through there.
Florida Southern ranked number 1 in the country. They're 34-1 this year. Bellarmine ranked number 3 in all of Division II at 31-3. This is the men's semifinals, a spot in the championship game on the line. These two teams did meet back in December at Bellarmine. Florida Southern won 101-96. But it's the rematch. That counts big time tonight with IUP waiting in Saturday's championship game.
They're posting up. They're posting up Whitehead.
Back out Troutman for the lead. Won't go, but the offensive rebound to Maynard.
And, you know, by posting up Whitehead, they get him the ball down low, and he's got the... Oh, that's a good steal.
Capers pokes it away. Last touch by Whitehead. And they can't believe it. On the Bellarmine bench.
That was off Whitehead.
I think you're right. It's a good call. So once again, Bellarmine had a chance to take the lead. Can't get over that hump. They have not led since it was 7-6. Battle, turnaround, no, and Whitehead the rebound.
Not a good shot, and Bellarmine's starting to run on Florida Southern a little bit.
Thielen. Troutman works it to Maynard, wide open for 3, and Bellarmine takes the lead.
What a great pass fake by Maynard. Oh, that was clean.
Thielen called for the foul. He thought it was all ball, and again, Scott Davenport in disbelief.
Look at Maynard here. You're going to see him come to the top of the key, right to the pass fake, makes Capers go. You know, when you're an aggressive team looking for steals, that little pass fake made Capers go the other way, and Maynard was able to knock that down. Great job there.
Maynard's third 3 of the night. And now Kelly at the line. Dirksen back in. Sewell returns to the Knights bench. Tyler Kelly, second team all-conference in the Sunshine State League. And he goes 2 of 2 at the line to tie it at 62. Capers has to be careful with those 3 fouls.
Yeah, they already have Suggs with, well, Suggs with Bellarmine obviously has 4.
Turnaround by Dirksen, in and out, and Kelly with the rebound. Travis left open from deep. Whitehead coast to coast, missed the lefty lay-in. End-to-end action here in Evansville. And Troutman is called for a foul on the perimeter. That's the 5th, check it, 6th team foul against the Knights. 3 rebounds for Chris Whitehead. 8:33 to go second half. Tied at 62. Battle, a path to the hoop. Reverse lay-in is no good, and Thielen with his 17th rebound of the night.
Thielen is a tough guy.
Third-team Division II All-American. Bellarmine continues to crush Florida Southern on the glass, 35-21. Thielen fighting his way, gets it back, blocked. Oh, but a foul is called. Bubby Johnson thought he got all ball. Instead, Thielen will shoot two. I only have 4 fouls, and he's right.
I mean, they're saying he's out.
It's inexcusable.
Wait, so is he out of the game?
That's what the referees are saying. They won't let him come in. They say he has 5 fouls. And he's telling Link Darner, I only have 4. And Link's like, what do you want me to do? They're telling me you got 5.
But your assistants on the bench have to have the count of the fouls.
Thielen makes the free throws. This is wild. They won't let him come in the game.
I mean, they made a mistake at the table. He's got 4. And we have the official.
And now a foul on the other end. And that brings us to a timeout on the floor. 7:58 to go in the second half. We got a wild scene.
He wouldn't have gotten taken out a long time ago. This doesn't sound right.
That's another good point.
I got to be honest with you. This is a little fishy. They got it right. I'm glad they got it right, but how they came about it, I don't know about that.
But here's the thing. I think the official scorer is the only one who thought Capers had 2, but everyone else knew he had 3. That's why they took him out. Yeah. All right, so let's play basketball. What do you think? A 9-minute delay to sort that out. And a 1-point game with 7:50 to go. I tell you what, Coach, Chris Whitehead, to me, was starting to look a little gassed. He had played almost every minute of this game. He just got a 9-minute break. That's a huge break for Bellarmine. I know everyone got the same break, but to me, Whitehead was the one who'd been running the offense and driving, going coast to coast. He just got a 9-minute break.
And it's obvious Scott Davenport is not taking him out, so I agree with you. He was the most important guy to get a break.
Offensive foul on Capers, and now he has 4.
Wow, I don't know about that call.
Wow, what do you do with Capers now at 7:33 to go? So Capers comes out with 7:33 to go. How long can Link Darner keep him on the bench?
It depends on the score. If it stays like this, he'll keep him out till the 4-minute mark. Maybe 5. If they go down 5 or 6, he'll be back right away.
Troutman drives, and it's swatted by Battle. Ball is loose on the ground. Thielen goes to the ground, and he's given a timeout. With 7:14 to go, Bellarmine gets the timeout. They'll maintain possession. Timeout on the floor. It's a 1-point game in Evansville. Set up for a big finish. 7:14 to go, 1-point game. Winner goes on to the national championship game on Saturday. 10 on the shot clock for the Knights.
Suggs back in with his 4 fouls.
Whitehead calls for a screen with 5 to shoot. Over to Suggs. He's going to have to put one up. He does. And hits! Kelly lost it, a turnover. Up ahead to Troutman. That's a tough pass. Tried to call a timeout, and he can't. They give it right back.
What a terrible pass. How about walk it up that one time? You have a good passing team, a good half-court offensive team. Have confidence in your half-court offense there.
This is the largest lead for Bellarmine at 3. Battle. Trying to tie it, but he couldn't. And now Whitehead will slowly bring the ball up the floor.
I didn't like that shot either. You know, half-court offense is, Florida Southern's a great transition team. Half-court offense, not their thing.
Suggs for 3. Tipped out. Williams saved it to Whitehead. He drives, and he's fouled.
You never want to save it there. You should have tried to throw it as far as you could towards half court or the back court if you could. I mean, that was a hard place. He should just let that go.
Whitehead 6 for 7 at the line tonight. He's got 20 points. His father, Ladrell, played collegiate basketball at both Wyoming and Ohio. What a night for Chris Whitehead. He's got 21 points. He's really been attacking in the second half.
Well, he goes to the basket with the best of them. He's not a great three-point shooter, and you would think that Florida Southern could keep him out of the lane. But this kid was doing all he wanted, getting to the basket in the half court and creating, because he has 5 assists also.
All right, Florida Southern down 5. Battle inside, missed the lay-in. Battle gets it back, and he's fouled. I was just about to ask you, how long now with Capers on the bench? 6:07 to go.
It's close to the danger zone. If he doesn't get that offensive rebound and Bellarmine comes down and scores, he's got to come back in the game. Now you're going to try again. Try and stop Bellarmine for another possession. See what happens when you get the ball again. You got to try and make it to under 5 if you can.
Battle with 11 points. How about Bubby Johnson? Want to see him back in there too.
Well, we fought that long for the fouls.
Geez.
I'd like to see him play a little bit.
Battle, the transfer from Gannon in Pennsylvania, makes it a 3-point game.
Here comes the full court pressure. Let's see if Florida Southern can keep Whitehead out of the lane.
Thielen spins off glass. No, tipped high up in the air to Williams.
Yeah, that wasn't a good shot.
Bolovic has not attempted a shot since that right wrist injury. Battle with the turnaround jumper.
Battle's had a heck of a game and a heck of a second half.
14 points for Stephon Battle.
They need to run the pick and roll with Whitehead. He's been so good at getting in the lane.
Bellarmine using some shot clock here with 5 minutes to go. Suggs, oh, great move down low.
Great move. Fake to the baseline, came back to the middle. Terrific footwork.
Travis high arcing jumper won't go, and Troutman flies in for the rebound.
They've had some shaky shots, I think, in terms of their shot selection, Florida Southern in the half court.
Troutman gets by Bolovic and lays it in.
That wasn't a travel.
It should have been something. There's a lot of contact, too. The lead is 5.
I think it's time to get Capers to the table.
Williams is fouled, and he makes it.
That was a bad play by Suggs. Now, Suggs is looking at his coach saying, I didn't do anything. Trust me. He pushed Bolovic down. That was an easy call to make.
And that's the 5th foul on Suggs. He's out of the game.
Offensive player.
So it's a 1-and-1 for Bolovic, who was knocked over by Suggs. And he gets the first one to rattle in.
What a huge play.
Unbelievable. They could tie it with this free throw in what would be a 5-point possession. Bolovic gets the job done. We're tied at 72.
Well, that made no sense for Suggs to do that.
We've seen some crazy things here in the second half. 4 minutes to go.
Don't stop there. You got to attack this pressure.
Six ties, 3 lead changes tonight. Whitehead finds some space and lays it in.
He has done that the whole game. He's so shifty. and what he does is he has a stop-and-go hesitation dribble that really makes the defense stand up. That was terrific.
24 for Whitehead. Williams, another three, not this time, and Troutman with the rebound. Well, Capers and Johnson are at the scorer's table waiting for a whistle with 3:15 to go. Tyler Logan also set to check in for the Mocs. Maynard for three. Whitehead the offensive board. He lost it going up. Whitehead gets it back. Whitehead throws it off. Travis. It'll be Bellarmine basketball. What a great play by Chris Whitehead.
Smallest guy on the floor goes in amongst three white shirts and gets the ball. White.
3 timeouts left for the Knights, 4 for the Moccasins. It'll be Dirksen to throw it in. Capers is back in, so is Bubby Johnson for Florida Southern, both with 4 fouls.
You got to be ready to give some help on this kid because right now he's feeling it.
15 to shoot. Wow, Troutman wasn't ready for that pass. Made a great catch. Thielen inside. Thielen splits the D and scores.
Great footwork there by Thielen.
Battle answers at the other end. Battle with 16. Thielen has set a new career high tonight with 19 rebounds to go along with 16 points.
He's been terrific.
Here's Whitehead. Knocks over his man. Offensive foul. Scott Davenport is livid on the Bellarmine bench as Whitehead picks up the foul.
From here, I thought it was very possibly an offensive foul. See, he turned his back. That's not a good call. That's not an offensive foul.
It's the 4th against Chris Whitehead.
He hit him almost in his side of his shoulder. He wasn't in that spot. Yes.
So 2 of the best players on the floor have 4 fouls. Chris Whitehead and Kevin Capers.
The block charge calls in this game have been as off as I've seen this year.
Capers, step back jumper. It's good. We're tied at 76. And Scott Davenport calls timeout. He has 2 remaining with 1:29 to go. Davenport has to be careful. He has been riding the refs the last couple trips up the floor.
Yeah. And now they're in a close game. It'll be interesting to see how they respond in this kind of situation. But they need a defensive stop here. And you got to know it's either going to be Whitehead or Thielen. Yeah, they're going to post up Thielen.
8 to shoot. Dirksen from deep. Whitehead fighting for the rebound. Maynard comes away with it. And a fresh 35 for the Knights with 1 minute to go.
What a job by Whitehead to get his hand on that ball, but not a good shot by Dirksen. He hasn't really done anything tonight. You got to get Thielen the ball on the low block.
Whitehead. And it goes out of bounds to the Knights with 19 on the shot clock and 49 to go in the half. Give a lot of credit to 4th-year senior Corbin Maynard. He has provided some valuable minutes off the bench for Bellarmine, and he's out there right now in crunch time.
Florida Southern's defense has really picked it up.
A steal! Tyler Kelly comes away with it. A difference of 6 seconds between game clock and shot clock, and Link Darner wants a timeout.
This is a tough situation because if you run it all the way down, the other team, Bellarmine, still has 5 seconds, let's say, to get this they can. Not necessarily as fast, but not run it out. Try and execute and get something somewhere here.
Keep in mind, Capers, the 2-time conference player of the year. But tonight, it's been battle. That's probably been their most accurate shooter.
And they're doing what I would have done, which is hold it as far down and leave Bellarmine 4 or 5 seconds if you miss. But you got to get something going to the basket by that man right there. And he's got a size advantage.
Capers for three. Good! Kevin Capers with 8 seconds to go.
You got a foul.
Florida Southern up 3. Whitehead, step back 3. Won't go. Rebound, ball game. What a wild finish. And Florida Southern is on the D2 championship game.